At the time of this recording, it is May 17th. So we are in second quarter. I want to share with you, first quarter was dry, desert dry, but it was also busy. I was also grinding. And you might be saying, how does that work? How is it dry and also busy? And this is for people that are in sales. I'm in real estate, but if you are in sales, I want to explain to you how that can happen. And also I want to share this so that you can really consider before you take long periods of time off. Stay tuned, that's what we're going to be talking about next. I am a realtor associate broker with Virtual Properties Realty in Georgia. I specialize in new construction, relocation, as well as home selling. And then also on the agent side, which is a channel that you're watching, Nat Knows Real Estate, I share with agents so that they can do better, be better, quicker than it happened for me. This is my 13th year in the business, and it felt like I was on the struggle bus for a long time before I felt like I found my lane. And even as I say I found my lane, as soon as you feel like you find your lane, something that changes and you gotta adjust and you gotta pivot, and that's just the life of the entrepreneur. Why that happens is because when you are in a sales position, what you do now, you will see in the next 90 days. So if my first quarter was dry, it was because my fourth quarter of the previous year, it wasn't a lot going on. I wasn't grinding, I was working. It's two things. I could have been going harder, but also the market was doing what it was doing, and the people that I was working with just wasn't coming through. No excuses, because if that was happening, I just needed to go harder, and I didn't. First quarter came, and then I started going hard. I had nothing coming in. My first closing wasn't until April 30th. That's second quarter, right? So first quarter was dry, but I'm grinding first quarter. I'm meeting with clients, getting clients under contract and everything. So that second quarter, now my second quarter is going great. It's because first quarter I was grinding. So it's a different level when it's I'm going hard, but you're not seeing any physical, tangible fruits of your labor, and no money is hitting your account as you are grinding, because this is just the business of sales. I knew I was grinding because I was building up for it to come later on. So keep that in mind, especially when you think of taking time off, long stretches. And I have done this before in previous years. It wasn't really intentional last year, but the year before, when the market had got crazy, I was tired, I was worn out, and I was like, listen, I am taking fourth quarter off, not gonna take on clients. I'm gonna focus and I'm gonna work on my business. And that's when I put out my book. If you're, you haven't got my book yet, it's called The Ugly Side of Real Estate. So I took time, I worked on my book, I worked on other things on the business, but I wasn't going hard, which on one hand, it was yes, I got some time, but on the other hand, and the other lesson that I learned, I planned to get back in the business, or to jump back in not even get back in the business, I never left the business, but I planned to, okay, I'm ready after first quarter, okay, I'll jump back in and ramp things up. I did not plan for the market to start milli rocking, because we can't forecast that stuff. I didn't anticipate, the market is doing something different now. So, and I remember hearing agents saying, go as hard as you can while it's good. And I took that into consideration, but I didn't as much. Hindsight, I wish I would have pushed a little bit more. But when I tell you, I was drained, I was a little burnt out, I was tired. So I can say that now, but how I felt then, but had I had a crystal ball and knew things was gonna be adjusting, I would have found it. There's another gem in there.
What?
Definitely, instead of taking quarters off, months off, I am going to do my best to implement off days within the week, downtime periods, maybe a longer weekend or something like that. And I say I'm gonna try, because in the business of real estate, in the business of sales, it's you gotta go when they calling, when you're ready. So it definitely is a harder industry to navigate, to handle. But I did just want to share those gems with you. Just keep going. If it's looking dry, just keep grinding so that you can see the fruit of your labor. It's like planting seeds. Keep planting the seeds because the harvest is going to come. And the other thing with the sales position is like, you can't stop. It's like, you get something in the pipeline, you can't stop to just focus on what's in the pipeline. And that's the downfall of a lot of new agents. You work so hard to get your first business, and you focus solely on that first business, and then it closes, and then you have nothing. You're starting back from square one. So you always have to be feeding the pipeline. Even as you're servicing your clients, you have to be getting new clients. So it's a lot of multitasking, a lot of balancing that all comes with entrepreneurship. So I'm gonna sign out here. If you're new to this channel, thank you for tuning in. And check out my book, The Ugly Side of Real Estate. Check out the podcast, The Ugly Side of Real Estate. And check out the description box for anything that I forgot to mention, all right? Please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. It's free and it helps me, all right? Have a positive, peaceful, and productive day.